This is gonna be a video response to Miss J, the First Lady. She had heard from someone else. I don't know if it was a challenge, but one of the other YouTubers that said, "What's the difference between religious and spiritual?" And I had to put my 2 cents into that. Religion to me is a bunch of man-made rules. You got to do this, you got to do that. You got to do this, you got to do that in order to please the Lord, in order to get into heaven and all those things. When the Bible says there's only one way to get into heaven, and that is Jesus. But spiritual is when you do it not because you have to, but you do it with your whole heart because you want to. You do it because your heart is so full of love towards God and towards everyone else. That is spiritual. The difference between spiritual religion is have to and want to. I can go and lay hands on the sick because it's my duty to do that. And I'll go and I'll lay hands and, "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. So-so, I'm so sorry, sick. Let me pray for you." And you run out the door. Whereas spiritual to me would be that person is homebound. That person, maybe it's not contagious. Maybe they're not exactly sick. Maybe they're lonely. Maybe they want your company. So you go over there and you pray for them, but you sit and you spend time with them and you show them that you really care. And I want to end with an example from my own life. When I was, in 2005, when I was in the hospital getting a kidney procedure, it wasn't a surgery, they were doing lithotripsy, where they insert something all the way up into your urethra and blast the stones. I was in the hospital and I was, I had to be there at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and some guy from the church, an elder from the church, is there. And he's like, "I'm here to pray for you, but go ahead and get settled in, and then I'll go in and I'll pray for you." But when they got me all settled into the room, I was naked. And they were doing all these different types of pre-tests and stuff on me. And I was really, really uncomfortable. And even though I had a gown, I was still uncomfortable and I was anxious. And the guy kept insisting, got here at 6 o'clock in the morning, I want to come in and I want to pray. And I was like, I was so uncomfortable about that. And the elder says, "I am not leaving here until I came to do what I had to do." So he came in and he laid hands on me and he prayed. I don't even remember anything. I didn't feel anything. I was just like, I can't wait till this guy leaves, because I was so uncomfortable. I didn't even know this guy. It's not like he was someone close to me or someone I had a relationship with. He was just an elder from the church who was sent to pray for me. Now, a year later, and you all know the story where my daughter was rejected by all her peers and all the leaders. And I had an elders meeting, which was a joke. This guy sat across from me. There were like 6 elders and the pastor. This guy, the same guy who came to the hospital to pray for me, was sitting across from me like this. See my double chin? The whole entire time that I was there. I was labeled a troublemaker, a bad mother, a bad Christian. He didn't say where, he just sat there and glared at me with that evil look in his face, that angry, malicious look in his face. This is the same guy who insisted on praying for me the year before. So I ask you, is that religion or is that being spiritual? Spiritual means you truly want a relationship with the Lord. You truly love Him and love others and want relationships and want to be there for that person and help the person. That's spiritual. Religion is, well, I have to do this. I gave money to missionaries. I gave money to the church, and I visited the sick, and I, helped the poor. If you see a homeless person on the street, and you say, "Oh, sir, I'm going to pray for you. You must be hungry. I'm going to pray God gives you a job." And then you walk away. That to me is religion. When you go over to that same person and say, "Let me take you to this whatever diner or this cafe and let me buy you breakfast," that's spiritual. So you're going to pray to God for that person, but you're also going to show action behind it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on spiritual versus religion, and I will see you later if all goes well with Kim on the skincare interview. Bye.